Well, this morning, we are so excited to introduce you to a local children's book author, Phyllis Schwartz. She has a new book called Laggie and Grillo, the Sea Glass Mystery. Phyllis, it's so great to see you here.
Thank you, you too.
Oh, thank you for coming. What is it like to be back in the newsroom here at this building?
I actually love coming back.
Oh.
I was just thinking this morning, is this book thing an excuse to get back to some newsrooms?
You've had a long career in the news industry.
Yeah,
I do want to start with that.
I love it, I really do,
Yeah.
and it's fun to be with you guys because of that. On the other hand, it's kind of nice not having the day-to-day grind of working. You know, when I worked in news, as you guys know, you're writing a lot about political corruption and fires and floods in Mission Valley,
Yeah.
and all that. And so it's nice, it's kind of liberating to write kids' books because it's more fun, and I'm especially into the rhyming piece of it, and I like collaborating with the artist who is real creative. And when I was in the hardcore news business, I didn't really get to be as creative as I wanted to be, but I always, from a young age, I would always write poetry anyway.
You did?
So when I was in Chicago, I used to do all the hard stuff, and then I would go home, and the release was writing poetry, and I kept doing it all the way through moving back here. I ran the NBC station for a while here. I always wrote poetry. And a few years ago, one of the poems, I said, this feels like a kid's book. So my first book a few years ago, that's how it started. And this is the fourth one.
Nice.
And I get to play out my rhyming and poetry love.
Right. I mean, I love that that's your outlet, and now we all get to enjoy that.
Thank you.
Because you worked as a GM at a local station here. You're a producer at this station. But what a difference to be able to have this,
different.
lighter take on the world, but still very meaningful. The work that you do. And I was able to read this book, and I love it. It's so sweet.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And I mean, I love that you give a shout out, obviously, to Swami's Beach, a place that a lot of us know and love.
Yeah.
You even mentioned the Gemological Institute in Carlsbad, very local. Why was that important for you to mention these places that you frequent?
Well, it's a little bit, two categories.
Yeah.
Swami's and Encinitas. This is kind of my love letter to Encinitas.
Right.
I live there, I love it. I love Swami's Beach. I actually was familiar with the area many years ago when I went to UCSD. I hung out and lived around there too. And then the Gemological Institute, it's kind of it's not a secret, a lot of people know about it, but they helped me do research for this. So did the San Diego Maritime Museum and Cabrillo National Monument, because there's a little bit of, I did some research, and the little girl Yoshi in the book did some research to solve the mystery and used my research, but she explained it, which is about explorers that sail by the coast and maybe took emeralds from Colombia, or this pirate raid, which really happened in San Juan Capistrano. And so I wanted to give thanks to the people who helped me, but in addition, shout outs to the place that I love. And it's so beautiful up there, and it's fun, and I'm really lucky I get to live there. And I did go to Swami's with my kids, and we did look for seashells.
You looked for sea glass.
Yeah, sea glass.
I love that.
I brought a little bit.
You have some sea glass.
I did. You can only gaze on it.
Beautiful.
Because it's my collection.
These are your treasures. Yes.
Those are my treasures.
I love it.
Yeah, and that's part of what the book's about. I think people and kids, they love, it's low tech. You go to the beach, pick up some seashells, you take them home, you look at them. Maybe you throw them in a jar, which is what I do. But the book kind of combines low tech and high tech. So that's the low tech. The high tech is the mom lets the little girl get on her laptop and look up some things.
The
and
detective work that she does.
But there's shoe leather involved too, because they actually go and put flyers up. And
they did the work. I love that you weaved all that knowledge into this in such a sweet way. And then at the end, they celebrate with sea glass cookies, which there's a recipe too in the back, just so you know. You brought your cookies. Thank you, Phyllis. I do want to let people know this is where people can come talk to you, get a chance to meet you Saturday, May 9th, 11 to 1. PhyllisFeelsGreat.com, the website to go to. Phyllis, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you very much. It's always fun coming here. Thanks.
Glad to have you.